Okay, so that was the finished article with music and everything else. And now I just wanted to show you a little bit of behind the scenes stuff of how you get to that point. It's not a tutorial, it's not me showing you exactly how to do it, just a little bit of a sneak peek of how you can turn a still image into something a little bit more dynamic, like that digital ad board that you saw at the start of this video. So this was for a client a few months ago now who hadn't really got any video footage, was launching a new product and wanted to create some digital imagery for mainly for ad boards that they were going to use around sporting venues. The products like an water energy product. So yeah, they'd bought some ad space, were told that they'd need to create their own ad boards, and didn't know where to start. So this is where I started. This still image of a runner. We also had a brief from the client that they wanted to incorporate water in it somewhere. They wanted their logo, obviously, and strapline, and various things. So if you look down in the project here, these are all of those elements. Most of them are just shut off at the minute. So we'll start with the original still. And what we've done then is we've cut that out in Photoshop to leave us with this slightly darker background with no runner in, and then we've got our runner. So we've cut her out. Let's find she is somewhere. There she is. So we now want to try and animate her a little bit so she gives that illusion of movement. But what we'll do first is, when you scroll through, you'll see what comes in first. You've got, there we go. So you'll see those two elements which are on brand colours for the client. So they animate in. And what we wanted to do then is in this area, we wanted to try and use a bit of a water effect, which is there. So this is a completely separate composition. And you can see there's the water animating in over time. Looks a bit rubbish in this, but then when you flip back to this, I've turned it on then in the screen. You see that comes in, and then in 6 seconds, boosh. Looks like it's hitting that grey wall there, which I think looks really nice. So there's that element of the water. Then we've got, there's the customer logo. Again, just a static logo that we've had to then rebuild as separate layers, so we can animate each of those layers with a nice path drawn logo now. That water just phasing in quite nicely. So there's that. If you just flip back to the main comp, turn that on, you see how those things all work together. There we go. Slides in, logo starts to appear, animates through the sequence, and then whoosh, just as that water comes in and says water, we see that nice bit of water. So what else have we got then? We've also got the main body text which fades up there, which gives you a little brief description of what the product is. A strap line over here, so there's the main body, sorry. There's the strap line. We've also got a web address. All of that starts to fade in, but probably most importantly at this point, this is where the runner comes in as well. So we show her, she's cut out from the back. Obviously it was just, if you remember, it was a still image. And then if you look, as I scroll down the timeline, she does look like she's kind of, well, the idea was to capture her leaping out of the blocks. So we've got a little, if you go back in a minute, I'll show you. There is some blocks in there somewhere. Anyway, I digress. So with this, she isn't actually moving at all from the original point, but what I've done is I've individually animated using After Effects' puppet tool little pivot points on her body, and then I've keyframe animated those all across the timeline, smoothed them out over the mesh. So you can see all the different pins that are in there. They've all been individually animated, but they work really nicely together, just to give that slight look of movement. If we go back to the main thing and we turn her on in there, I'm just scroll quickly through. Oof. Logo, strapline, website, nice image, bit of lens flare lighting effect there, all over a 20-second little animation, which has all been made, go back, from this still image here.